Hello, thank you for joining me today. I'm Amanda of Inspiring Inkin. Welcome to my craft room. In today's video we're going to be making this card. It's called a wiper fold card, and that's because there is a wiper type pop-up element in the card. It's really straightforward, and once you know how to make these cards I'm sure you're going to be making lots more. So let's turn the camera around and get crafting. Here's the card in close-up and you can see quite clearly the wiper mechanism. Now what I'm going to do first is just show you some of the products in this Whale of a Time suite. There are so many different components and I think you're going to really love them. So first up is the patterned paper. This comes 48 sheets. And you get 4 each of the 12 different designs. I've actually chopped this one. I'm using it on the project. So that's the other side. And you can see the sort of landscape or seascape, should I say, images. And also kind of background images, turtles, seas, whales. We're going to be using this one later. We're going to be using the turtles later as well. You've got some lovely seahorses, jellyfish, more whales. Love this kind of shoal of fish. And this one as well. And that's the reverse. So there are all the papers. There is also a stamp set. And there is a matching punch that punches out the whale as well. And that's got all sorts of different sea creatures in. And then there is this amazing embossing folder. This is actually a piece that has been embossed, and I'm hoping that the camera's going to be able to get close so you can see this. So you've got little bubbles and seaweed and kelp and coral and little starfish and all sorts. So it's really beautiful, very deep embossing. And then there's a lovely ribbon, pool party, shimmery and really sheer. And then these amazing sequins. Now, I know sequins, some people like sequins and some people don't, but these ones are really pretty because obviously you've got blues and iridescents, but you've also got these which are little tiny seashells, but in pink. So they're really pretty as well. Okay, so that's kind of the whole, pretty much the whole suite, I think. Really lovely. So let's get on to this wiper card. Now, my lovely customers who were part of my July craft along received the papers that I've shown, the ribbon, the sequins, along with lots of cardstock to make for projects, and this was actually one of them. So I usually have some kind of moving card or fancy fold card, as well as 2 other cards and a 3D item as well, and we make that in my Inspiring Inkin Crafting Corner Facebook group. Now, I do have a replay that is done on YouTube for them, because some people obviously don't do Facebook. And what I thought I would do today is show you, give you a little sneak peek of one of the things that we do at Craft Along, just in case you might want to join us. So each month there are spots open. You can purchase a kit, or you can earn your spot for free by placing an order for £30 or €35 in my online store. Just so you know, you can only take part in my Craft Along club if you are in the UK, France, Germany, Austria or the Netherlands. I'm afraid due to Stampin Up rules, I can't sell or send products to countries outside of those 5. You can email me, amanda@inspiringinkin.com, to find out more. So let's get on with this wiper fold card, and honestly, once you've seen how straightforward this is, you're going to be making a lot. So as always with my cards, I have a template. And actually this template has been around for a very long time. And I really do recommend that you do this so that when you want to make another one, you know exactly what you need. So the first thing you need are 2 pieces of cardstock that are the same size. And that is 9 inches by 4. And you need a smaller piece, which is this piece, which is a 1.5 inches by 3. That's all the cardstock that you need. I am going to be using a scrap though, a bit later to just help with the sturdiness of the little turtle. And what else do we need? So we need a piece of Whisper White card to put our sentiment on, and that is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then I'm just going to cut this one down actually. So I'm going to use this one. So it's 5 3/4. And then 3 3/4 this way. Okay, so that is going to be for the front. And then I need some patterned paper for these sections here. So, where is that paper? Ooh. I'm going to put seahorses on this time. So 3 3/4. I love the seahorse paper. 3 3/4, and each one is 1 1/4. So let's do 1. 2. To get the 4 out. Now don't worry if you're not catching the measurements. If you are on YouTube or on my blog, if you just scroll down or press see more, you will be able to see all of the measurements. So I just think it's really important that you can easily see the measurements. Okay. That's all the cardstock cut. We've got a little bit of scoring to do. So let me just get my scoreboard in shot. And we are going to score this at 1.5 and 3. So on both pieces, 1.5 and 3. And then the little, the little wiper section, which is this one. What we need to do, I'll show you on here, is we are going to do a score line from the bottom left-hand corner up, and that is at 1.5 inches. So what we need to do is make a little mark at 1.5 inches. So I'm hoping you can see that. I've just made like a little dint. And then what I have here on my scoreboard, I have talked about this a few times, is I have run a Sharpie marker down at the 6-inch line and let it dry, and it then gives me a dark line so I can score on a diagonal. So I've got my little mark that I made there, and that point can go, and I know it's on exactly the same line, so I can press and score, and it means I'm scoring on a diagonal. So that's really cool. Okay, so that is all the cutting and all the scoring. So now I'm just going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to go over all those scores that I have made. And this is a moving card. You want it to move freely. So the important thing to do is really reinforce all of your score lines and go over them several times to make sure that it bends really well and easily, okay? Because you're doing this mechanism, doing this movement with the card, and you want it to do its thing really, really well. Okay, so before I start assembling, I'm just going to do a little bit of stamping on this. Now on this original one, I kind of went with jellyfish, but this time I'm going to go with some more turtles. And I do have a few turtles I've cut out already because I thought that would be a good plan. So I am going to use those 2 turtles for the mechanism, and then actually I'm going to put that one there and that one there. So let me get my glue. And I'm going to stamp a happy birthday as well. So let's just get these glued down. And maybe put some fish on there too. So let's find the little fish stamp. I do love these little fish. So I'm just going to put a few here and there, kind of swimming through the weeds. And let's get the happy birthday. I'm going to stand up so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So that happy birthday is from Zany Zebras. I love the happy birthday, and it kind of looks a bit watery, but I am going to put a few bubbles around as well, just to break up that bit at the top. Maybe a few more fish. There we go. Okay, so that's the front section. I am going to put a turtle on the back, since I've cut him out already. And then we will be able to do a bit of assembly. There we go. Okay. So let's stick this one down. I do love the way that you've got all the blues and greens in this paper, but you've also got oranges and Blackberry Bliss as well. So it's Calypso Coral is the sort of orange shade, and then you've got Blackberry Bliss as well. So that's really nice, and it just breaks up the blue a bit. So I'm putting these 2 on. So those panels are going here, and then this panel, so if let me just move this so you can see it. So this front panel goes along here and kicks back like that. So this panel, let me move that there, does the reverse. So you just have to be aware of which way round it is so that you stick the things on the right way. So this is the back now. That's going to go there, but that is too long. Oops. Right, let me just, good job I've got my trim. What happened there? I obviously cut it too long. Yep, I did. So, move it out of the way. Oh, now I've got glue everywhere. I will, if you're looking at my trimmer and going, oh no, Amanda, you put glue all over your trimmer, it'll be fine. I will go and get like an alcohol wipe and just get the glue off when I've finished filming. It'll be fine. Okay, so that one's done, that one's done. Okay, so we've got the front done, we've got the back done. Now we have to put the wiper element and we have to stick it down. But what I need to show you first is we're going to put the turtles on. And if I'm bringing this one in, what you need to know is that whatever embellishment that you put on this card, it cannot go over this left-hand edge. So for instance, you can't have your turtle hanging out like that, even though it might look cool there, because what happens when it's closed, it'll be sticking out and then it's not going to be a surprise. Okay, so that edge is the edge that you can't go over. So what I am going to do is just stick him down. Actually, just I'm actually only going to stick him. Yeah, I'm just going to stick him down like that, and then I'm just going to trim it off. Now, the reason I'm doing this, I'm reinforcing him basically because he's part of the mechanism. I don't want his head to fall off. And I know that's kind of sounds a bit mad, doesn't it, really? But, you know, turtles need to be protected. And because it's paper and the mechanism kind of moves, if he's not on a bit of cardstock, you know, potentially his head could fall off. So sticking him down is better. And also, I'll show you on the other one actually in a second. I've just got glue everywhere. So if say if we put that turtle on there like that, looks great from the front, but when you look at the back, it kind of looks a bit bizarre, doesn't it? So by doing this in the same colour, it's going to be perfect. So I'm going to stick him on just there, basically with his tummy and his flippers. And just there. And then I'm just going to try and get some of the glue off my fingers. Let's just use some glue dots. And we will just put the little chap there. Okay. So what we do have to do now is attach the mechanism. Now, every time I do this, I question myself and I double check. And that is why I've got this template, okay? Because every single time I think, okay, Amanda, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna stick this together? So this is the front, it gets stuck on the front. So you flip it over and you go, okay, well that's the first section. It gets glued onto the second section and it gets glued so this top piece here, that top of the score, is level with the very top. Now when you lie it down, just double check it's not kind of hanging over the score lines. Can you see? It's okay on that side, but on this side it's a bit wide. So just do a little tiny trim with your scissors And because you just want it just to go inside, and look, it's only a tiny bit I've trimmed off, but you just want to make sure it's inside the score lines. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit more, so that it doesn't catch. Okay, so that's going there like that. And then you can see on this one, only the triangle gets glued. Don't glue anything else. And if you do that, it will be in exactly the right place. Now, I can guarantee when you've done that, you are going to pick it up and you're going to go, no, it's in the wrong place, in the wrong place. But honestly, it's not in the wrong place. It absolutely is in the right place. And I'm just going to, I've really made a really good dent there. I'm just going to flatten it out with my bone folder. There we go. Okay, so it is in the right place. And when that folds, that little chap is going to hide down there. And look, his tail, oh look, his tail's hanging over. I'm going to have to do surgery now on his tail. Just bear with me a second. That's so mean. Trimming his tail off, but you don't want to be able to see it. So let's try that again. Yeah, he's gone now. Right. Okay. So, flip this over. You are sticking only the outside edge now to the cards. So, this one. So that is going there. And what you want to do is you just want to lay it flat and make sure it's all lined up. Both ends. Give it a good squash. And then on this side, it's that end one again. Put the glue on it, and it definitely won't go in the wrong place. Unless, of course, you get it on your grid paper. But I'll change the grid paper in a second. And then just give it a squish. In fact, I will do that right now. Because I can guarantee that I will stick it down, or put it down, and I'll end up with glue on my card. Okay. So then all you need to do is fold it down and just make sure it works. So there we go. Ready? Ta-da! So there is my completed card. Here's the one I made earlier. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed making a wiper card, a fun fold card. If you would like to purchase any of the products that you've seen today, you can do so at my online store, which is available to you 24/7. You can either scroll down if you're on YouTube or my blog and you'll see clickable links to all of the products. Or you can head over to my blog, which is www.inspiringinkin.com, and click the Shop Now button, and that will take you to the online store. If you would like any more information about my Craft Along Club or any of the online classes or events that I run, please do send me an email, amanda@inspiringinkin.com. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Goodbye.